Hey, so listen, I was walking in Magnolia Branch, which is an Indian property in Lower Alabama, northern Florida, and this path, are they on?
Yeah.
I just remember in the library walking around trying to check out a book.
The path.
Okay, the path.
Yellow
Thank you. I was like, oh my god.
Yellow brick path.
Thought they went into a vacuum of nothingness. So it's like a big, long, beautiful trail going up to this. We would call it a mountain. Anybody else in the country would call it a bump. But it's miles. It's miles in the woods. It's just beautiful. And it says, beware of all wild animals and all that kind of stuff. The trail was kind of nice. So I had my ear pods in, and I'm just, going.
Mistake
and just,
number one.
Yes. Didn't know that yet. And I'm color challenged. I'm challenged with colors, meaning that sometimes I can't see things because of the colors that they are. I don't say that's color blind. I just say it's color challenged. And so I'm what's that?
Especially if something's camouflaged.
Oh yes, exactly. So I'm walking up this nature trail. It's like, oh Jesus, this is an amazing one. These beautiful tall pines in Florida, this beautiful forest. They've kept Magnolia Branch. It's just a beautiful place. Don't go there. That's my place. And so then, maybe an hour into this walk, I'm just one with God and nature, just loving this. And I look down and I'm thinking, that's not a stick. There's a lot of sticks. I mean, there's all these branches and stuff that have fallen. I mean, literally, it's called Magnolia Branch.
It's moving. It's a moving stick.
Yeah. So I'm looking at this thing. I'm thinking, that's curved. There's something in our brain immediately. AI hasn't figured this out yet, but we know if it's not a straight thing, if it's curved, something ain't right. And so I took a good look at it. I'm like, what is that? And it's like, is that a snake? It must be. It must.
Do we have footage of this? Or do we have footage of this?
Oh, I got footage of this. You got to check this out. Now, this is a little bit different than Steve's worm that we talked about in the previous program. God bless that little rat snake's heart. We have more rats in Florida.
Don't encourage him. Don't encourage him.
Right.
Hey, we're talking about your story right now.
So we're not talking about the worm. So then, imagine that. Just I can't describe the beauty of this place. And something about nature, it has like creatures in it. I was like, what's up with that? And they're not virtual. They're real. Take a look at this. So I'm seeing this thing, and you can see me walking up to this thing. It is, I'm thinking it's dead. So I'm also thinking this. Well, I'll walk all the way to the mountaintop, the bump, and then I turn around and come back. That's like an hour. My short-term memory, I won't remember this thing's on the path. I'll step right on this thing. So it has to get off the path. So I can't go off the path because
once it's off the path, it's never going to turn around.
Well, think about it. If this thing is on the path, no telling what's in the woods right next to it. So there's probably tons of those, right?
Or if there's, I hear there's like packs of like 150 that they go together in schools.
Yeah, I'm thinking like there might. Yeah, you found out. We found that out. So this is me. I'm thinking like nobody's going to believe this. I'm going to record this thing, and I cannot. I'm thinking maybe it's dead. So I start calling it like a dog. Almost here, take a look. Look at this.
Wait,
see it? See it? Oh, it's moving.
Yeah, that's definitely not a stick.
It's not a stick. You see how it stands out from the straw? It stands out from the straw, right?
Yeah. See how you're approaching it? Like
yeah. I'm like me and the Alec crocodile guy. What's his name?
Are you trying to put a leash on it or something? What are you doing?
What? I've got to walk past it in about an hour, so it has to go.
You're walking towards it.
Yeah, well, I'm walking kind of towards it. I'm kind of like zooming in. You hear me? Listen. I start calling it.
You knew its name? Did it have a name? Did you name it?
Well, you'll hear me name it in a second. Well, so look, it's just sitting there. It's like, you're dead? Watch, listen.
No, thank you.
What's up?
Dude.
Listen.
Like it's a dog or something. Come here, baby.
Shh. Watch it.
You have treats?
Watch it.
Oh, snap.
You see me run, buddy?
Like a 4-lane highway.
Oh my gosh.
Look how wide that trail is. I can drive a semi down that. And you're like, oh, I got to make sure it's off the trail.
We're not talking about the worm now. Look at this thing. Oh my goodness.
That thing bowed up on you, sucker.
Oh my goodness. So I deducted from my research. I deducted from my research that it is alive. It's alive. It was alive. So
and it was definitely venomous.
Yes. So Steve, that's a snake. That's a snake.
Yeah, I could have told you that.
And he still didn't leave. I ran
away.
So I had to sit there because I didn't want to be mean. I'm like, this is his place, but I'm color challenged. I could step on this puppy coming back, and my short-term memory loss. Snap right on the snake will be going like, I
trying to name it like, hey, just hop in my pocket.
So I had to throw rocks at it, and I felt like I was really an intruding. So I threw little rocks, like go in the woods, go in the woods. And it finally went in the woods. Wow. But at that point, like you said, I pulled my earbuds out and paid attention to what was going on. Man, what's up with this nature stuff? It's got like animals and snakes and bears and turkeys and beehives. Right? Who would have ever thought, right? Who ever thought that? So I had a fantasy about nature, then reality showed up on the trail, and oh my goodness. So that, for our viewers around the world, is called a rattlesnake.
Just in case you're walking on a 50-yard wide trail and you see a small stick and everything has to be off the trail.
So I know you were talking about yours being a python. Your worm was being a python, that last snake.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
this is so they call it a rattle because it literally has a rattle at the end of its.
From my vantage, when I was looking at that video, that actually looks like a northern water snake,
which means rat snake in his vocabulary. Yeah. It was a rat snake.
I couldn't tell if that was poisonous or not, but it has a similar viewing. They have a lot in common.
Was that not amazing that Mark Taylor pulled up a rat snake the same time you had rat snakes? He had rat snakes.
Did he?
Yeah, I was. Well, you didn't see the picture, but he had it wrapped around his arm, playing with his wife, and his kids were petting it. Yeah. I'm serious.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we have the Marine running from it, and the Navy going like, "You're all right."
Negative. No, I did not run. I identified, closed with, and destroyed.
No, I think your neighbor thought something was going on, right? Didn't the neighbor think
he was concerned? Yeah,
he was concerned.
He was concerned. After the shovel hit the driveway about a dozen times, he's like, "You all right, man?" Yeah, I'm just absolutely annihilating the snake. I'm not playing with it.
There's just something about snakes. It's just not right.
I know, right?
Started in the garden, man.
That's right. I don't want to have no conversation with a snake.
Yeah, we're not going. Yeah,
or try to name it or put a leash on it. How you doing?
Yeah, right.
How you doing?
I was trying to be kind at first.
That's what you do to babies. You're like an infant.
I was trying to like, shoot, go in the woods. I was trying to be nice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're going to have to go, bro. And then it was like rocks.
You're trying to sniff some baby food?
Yeah. It changed my perspective. And of course, yeah, right. And so then that was the same thing where I thought these monsters were out there too. And I didn't find out later on, this is not a monster, it's a lure. Anyway, we talked about that before. Yeah. So there's all kinds of things going through my head.
It's attacking me.
Yeah. So, a lot of people want to abide with the Lord, but they just don't have a plan to do it. You can request that plan today at iabide.org. Thank you for watching the Greg Lancaster Show. Don't forget to follow us, like us, and subscribe. Go to our YouTube channels, Facebook, Instagram, Rumble, Parler, Spotify, iTunes. Download our app, even on Getter. Go to the Apple Store and rate us. When you rate us, more people will get the broadcast. That's how this whole logarithm thing works. And thank you for watching the Greg Lancaster Show.